I'm not gonna spend the next 10 minutes showing you how to do a bicep curl, because there are like thousands of videos out there on how to do that. So what I'm gonna do instead is that I'm gonna show you through a practical guide how to build bigger arms fast, as someone who went through that journey himself. So a quick disclaimer before we get into what you came here to watch, which is the full practical guide on how to build bigger arms. So if you are not consistent with your training, if you are not bulking, if you are not training hard, and you are not doing progressive overload, which means that you are increasing the weights, the rep ranges, or the intensity at which you train, or you are ego lifting, none of the advice I'm about to give you is going to have an impact on your goal of building big arms. With that said, let's get to what you came here to watch. So, because this is a practical guide, we're not going to go into detail about the really minuscule, small muscles that only bodybuilders train. So for the purpose of this video, the anatomy or the bro science of the arm is going to be deltoids, triceps, biceps, and forearms. You're probably not competing for Mr. Olympia, and neither am I. So both you and I don't care about the anconeus muscle or the extensor carpi ulnaris muscle. Like, what are even those, man? So we only talk about those I just mentioned: the deltoids, biceps, triceps, and forearms. The deltoids are literally 20 to 25% of what makes your arms look bigger. So as you can see on screen, if you neglect this muscle, your arms will not only look smaller, but you will also not achieve that B-taper aesthetic physique that we are looking for. The deltoids, and having big deltoids especially, is what makes you look wide, and like I said, it gives you that B-taper aesthetic physique. Now, how can you get bigger deltoids? The way you can do that is really simple, I think, and all you gotta do is train the three parts of the delts, and those parts are the front delts, side delts, and rear delts. Here's how you can do that effectively. So you will grow your front delts with any type of shoulder press exercise. I personally like the military shoulder press, the one with the barbell, or the dumbbell shoulder press. When it comes to side delts, I think that there's only one exercise that you're gonna need, and that's lateral raises, any kind of variation. Because like, there are many debates going on in the fitness community. One of the consensus that I already established is the fact that lateral raises are a cheat code. I'm not joking about it. This is not even like a meme, man. Like, lateral raises are a cheat code. Everyone I know that is jacked does lateral raises, man. Whether they are people that I know online or that I know in real life. Like, lateral raises are really versatile, and you will reach failure no matter what. So what I personally like to do is that I do like 4 sets of 12 reps. And even if it was 12 reps, like it is in my case, I like to keep going till my arms can't raise anymore, even if that means doing half of the rep. And here's the great thing, man. Like, even if you do half of the rep, you are still training the muscle. You are still taking your muscle to fatigue, which means that you can reach a much more accentuated failure, which equals more muscle growth. So as you can see on screen, an arm with undeveloped rear delts looks weird, especially from the back, and most people don't even train this muscle. So if you train it, you will have an advantage when it comes to looks over those who don't even know this muscle exists, and they don't train it, man. So from what I've seen and I've personally tried, all you need is just one rear delt exercise or movement on your shoulder days. One is enough. So you can look for an exercise for rear delts. You can literally just type on YouTube like rear delt exercises, and you're gonna find one that's good. The one I personally like are face pulls. It's a really good exercise. I do like 4 sets of 12 reps. So here's what my shoulder day looks like, and how I train all the sides of the delts, the front delts, the side delts, and the rear delts. I think that the process of building bigger forearms starts by being aware of their existence and importance. Like, not many people train their forearms. An example I can give you is when I train forearms at the gym, like all the people I know at the gym, they always ask me like, hey, what are you training, man? And I'm like, forearms. And bro, I swear I'm not lying about this, but they always, like 100% of the time, they look confused as fuck. Like, I don't think it's an overstatement to say that 75 to 90% of people that train do not train forearms. They don't even know they exist. And now you might think that like all of it, I've seen like 100 different aesthetic physique guide videos telling me to train my forearms. But you gotta have in mind, man, that out of all the people that train, only a really small percentage educate themselves through YouTube videos. So this whole forearm training awareness that's present in YouTube is not the norm. 90% of people are not training forearms, which is stupid because when you think about it, your forearms are the one muscle that is visible at all times. They make you look not only more aesthetic, like all of those aesthetic physique guys that you've seen tell you, but also more masculine. Train your fucking forearms, man. Now, how can you get bigger forearms? So, a lot of the forearm gains that you're gonna get are going to come collaterally, which means that they will come by doing some exercise that don't specifically target your forearms. But if you want bigger forearms, if you want bigger forearms, you have to directly train them. So you have to do some kind of exercise that targets them specifically. So the exercise I recommend you for doing this are the wrist curls, any kind of variation of that. And make sure that you always hit the back of the forearm and the front of the forearm. I don't know what's the name of the muscles, man. And if you don't like wrist curls for some reason and you're not comfortable with it, the other exercise I recommend you that I used to do but I don't do anymore are farmer walks. They're really good, man. Like, both of those exercises are really gonna boost your forearms and make them look really thick and big, like you can see. I remember that back when I was in high school and I was like 15, 16-ish, 17 maybe. I was really insecure about the size of my arms. Because I've always been someone that's naturally skinny. And because of that, like, obviously, I had really skinny arms. So because I was really insecure, I remember that I started like every day, like Googling and searching on YouTube and typing like how to get bigger arms. And I remember that one day I ran into a video of a guy, a really jacked, massive guy. He must have been like 7 feet and having huge arms. And he was saying like the triceps are the most important and biggest muscle of the arms. You only gotta train them. And I followed his advice, man. And I followed maybe 2 literally because I stopped training all the other muscles altogether and I was just training triceps. And I got results from it, but if you only work one muscle, of course you're gonna get results. So I realized that something was wrong and I started just doing a little bit of research myself and realizing things with experience. And I realized that I didn't need to train my triceps that much and I could maintain that same size and same growth, progress, timing, process, whatever, man, doing much less exercises. So I started doing that and I stuck to that for a long time and that's worked for me. Now, do you have to follow this guy's advice and only train triceps? Well, no, of course not. That's stupid. You gotta train all the other muscles as well, but training triceps is still really important, man. Like, they do give more size to your arms, and if you don't train them, they're just gonna look weird. Like, you're looking for balance. You want aesthetically big arms. So now, how can you get bigger triceps? So what I personally do and what I recommend you to do in order to grow your triceps is to train your triceps twice a week, so 2 times a week, and pair them up with some other bigger muscle. In my case, I train chest along with triceps. So I have a chest and triceps day. And when I train triceps, like after my chest workout, I only do 2 exercises, so 2 series. And the exercises I like the most are the dips. They are the best tricep exercise in my opinion. They are extremely versatile. There are assisted dips for those who are beginners. There are bodyweight dips, weighted dips. Those are the ones I like. And they will always burn your triceps and they are the best tricep exercise, man. I'm telling you. And the other 2 exercises that I do for triceps that I alternate are French press and cable tricep push downs. I do 4 sets of 12 reps for each. So my chest and triceps day looks like this, man. You probably already know and are convinced that biceps are attractive and vital. And for that reason, I'm not gonna try to convince you of anything. So without further ado, how can you build bigger biceps? After experimenting with a lot of different bicep exercises, the one that has given me the best results are chin-ups. Bro, if you had to do just one thing after you click off this video, please let that thing be chin-ups. The results I've gotten from them are amazing, man. Like, from doing chin-ups in a way that targets your biceps, you're going to achieve results efficiently, quickly, and massively. Like, bro, none of the things I'm saying are an overstatement. Please trust me on that shit, man. I'm gonna leave a link below on how to do chin-ups in the right form. The video is not mine, but it explains it in a really good way, man. Like, if I had to choose just one bicep exercise to do for the rest of my life, can you guess what it would be? Chin-ups, bro. Bicep chin-ups. I would do them for the rest of my life. Now, how can you do them in a way that targets your biceps? I'm gonna explain you this, but the video explains it really well, but he also shows you, but I'm just gonna explain you, man. Like, the way I do it, at least, has worked really well, is that you extend your arms fully, you place your head behind your arms, then you go up slowly so your chest hits the bar, then you go down slowly, again, slowly and controlled, fully squeezing the biceps. I do 4 to 5 series of 10 to 12 reps. I sometimes do 5 series sets when I'm feeling it, because I really like how this exercise feels, man. Like, if I had to choose, like, what's my favorite exercise, then it's chin-ups, bro. Weighted chin-ups. I promise you, bro, like, if you do a lot of chin-ups with the right form consistently, there is no way that your biceps are not gonna grow. Now, the second bicep exercise I like is, well, this one's really simple, man, but it's really effective. And that's the inclined dumbbell curls. And the reason why I like it is because when you do chin-ups, you're not directly targeting your biceps, but with inclined dumbbell curls, you are. Like, it really isolates each bicep. Like, the C restricts all the movement on all the muscles, and it's a great exercise, man. I usually do 4 sets of 15 to 12 reps, and I squeeze my biceps into failure. Before you go, I'm gonna leave you with a summary of all the most important and essential things I said in this video. And I'm also gonna remind you that if you're not disciplined nor consistent, you're not gonna get the results you want. The one thing I'm gonna say before you go is that, bro, if you can get just one thing out of this video, I already said it, man, but I'm gonna say it again. Please do chin-ups, bro. The results you're gonna get from them are fucking sick, man. You're gonna see results really quickly, and that's an exercise that you can really do a lot. And you can progressively overload a lot with weighted chin-ups. Please do it, man. And make sure you learn how to do the right form of each exercise before you do it. I personally recommend learning it from a credible source. And I recommend channels like AthleanX, Jeff Nippert, or Gravity Transformation. I think that's the name of that channel. Those channels really help me a lot, and they really show you what the right form is. Even though I make fun of that, I know that it's important to know what the right form is. Like, you should find that, but this is a practical guide, man. Anyway, man, set the bar higher. We both know you can.